What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're out at the last drift event of the season out here in Mineral Wells, Texas. Just got done doing a few laps in the Z. Car's doing pretty good. We're still trying to dial in the alignment. We have way too much toe in. The car is doing fantastic. I do need to swap the tires because of the track. If you saw in the first GoPro shots, the track's a long right-hand sweeper. So this outside tire is just getting eaten up. So we're gonna swap real fast and maybe adjust the alignment if we can. Alright, so what we're trying to do is adjust this cam arm right here. So we're gonna have to put a little bit more camber in it. However, whenever you do that, it will toe it out a little bit more. Hopefully the more toe out will give us a little bit less grip, make the car a little bit less snappy. Alright, on one of those last tandem laps, the car felt a little bit funny, so we're putting the front end up in the air right now. I know one of my tire rods is kind of bent coming into this event. I'm hoping now that it's not just absolutely destroyed. The sun's going down behind me, as you can tell, and I'm running out of this last set that I have just for today. So I have one set for today, two for tomorrow. But we'll see if we can straighten it out real quick, if it's bent, or if not, we'll just go back out and burn the rest of those tires off. It's not good?
Not good, but
oh my god. I hit nothing. That is not right. Alright, so we have a bent inner tie rod. I do have an extra that we'll be able to replace. I think she's in the toolbox. Well, fellas, it's time to replace that tie rod. I did have an extra, luckily, so I'm gonna replace that. We figured out that the wheel is actually hitting the inner tie rod just a touch. We might be able to adjust the bump stop just a little bit. That might help it. Nick's currently lending me a hand. As you can see, the old one is absolutely not right. That is, yeah, it's supposed to be straight. So hopefully we can find out, and you can see even on the back of this wheel where it's kind of been rubbing a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and try to adjust the bump stop on the FDF kit. Hopefully that will prevent this from happening tomorrow. Currently dark, we got the trailer lights helping us out, so we'll be ready for tomorrow. last spin of the year. They're going out with a bang. They got some live music, some fireworks, just having a good time. Well, we got the Z all finished up. Tie rod replaced. We adjusted the bump stop, so hopefully that won't happen again tomorrow. So we're gonna pack this sucker up for tonight. See you guys in the morning. All right, out here day 2. About to go shake the car down since we did our alignment last night, our quick eyeball. So hopefully the car is good. And then we can go ahead and get some tandem practice in later. I think Jake over here, buddy Jake Wise, has his 350Z. He's a baller driver. So we're gonna get some tandems in later today. Well, if you guys remember from last event, my tire wear was really weird. It'd wear on the inside, on the outside. So me and Nick, we realigned the back and it is a lot better now. We did have to throw a little bit more camber in it so we can get some more toe out on it. Definitely getting a lot more life out of these tires for sure. So just burned through the first set. We're tossing a new set on. That way, hopefully we can run most of the day on these and I have another set. But this was from yesterday, getting some good laps. But the front end's all good. I think the bump stops probably helped it. We'll have to look at that here in a second. But she's still drifting good and ready for some tandems. Did he tap me? Yeah. He did? A little bit. He's a monster. Oh my god. I was trying to run a really smooth line for him. Yeah. I just did a whole bunch of laps, swapping the tires one more time, still in that same set, but man, these guys are on your door out here. The black M3 is Aaron Losi. He actually runs these events. Super, super good. And then, of course, Jake and his 350Z. I'm gonna swap the tires, go out, do some more tandems. We still got 5 hours left in this event, so I got to swap those, and then I have a whole nother set sitting in the back. Really good getting a lot of this tandem practice in. That's mainly what I've been trying to work on. I've been doing all these solo laps for like last year, and it's really good, but tandem's a totally different game. So I'm really excited to get a lot of those laps in. Well, you saw we had a little incident. I don't know, we're calling it a day. I'll show you guys the damage when I get back, so we're gonna load it up. Still a good amount of time and got plenty of tire left, but she's broke, unfortunately, so. All right, so it's a few days later, had a really good time at the event. Now that was the last event out there at Mineral Wells. Supposedly they're building like helicopter hangars or something, because it's technically an airport. That probably will be it for us out there. That's about 5 hours from here. Not terrible, especially for how big it is. It's massive. We were doing 82 miles an hour on entry. What kind of happened with the accident was Zach, the red 350Z, he's kind of local here. Well, the lead guy, the two guys before him broke an arm, which caused him to kind of slide out or something, and caused the second guy to bump Zach, which caused Zach to spin out, which caused me to tap Zach. I honestly thought I was gonna be able to stop. Wasn't quite able to. I literally hit him probably 5 miles an hour. Super low impact. However, we did end up bending an arm, which kind of sucks because that took about 2 to 3 hours of driving away from us that day. So after that, we packed it up, came home. The arm that I bent, I have a couple pictures, I'll put it here. It's very slight. It broke a couple welds, it bent the end piece. I could have thrown it back together, adjusted it, and went out there and drove because the caster was way off and pushed the wheel back. But I didn't really want to risk, especially at that speed, something else kind of breaking or bending and just my whole wheel just getting stuffed on the inside of my inner fender. I do have one of the first FDF kits that they sold, which those arms have actually been revised since then. I contacted FDF saying, hey, listen, this was 5 miles an hour. Is this supposed to happen? Because my deal is that like I'm still new to this. I really don't know what is right and what's wrong and what's like my fault and what should have happened. All these guys that have Wise Fab, I showed the video to, and they're like, yeah, I hit people like that all the time. Nothing ever bends. So contacted FDF. They're like, yeah, we've revised it. I'm gonna send you out some arms for free. So I'm like, okay, that's cool, super cool. Thank you for that. So we'll get it fixed. I did figure out my bending tie rod issue. Pretty much that wheel. It's kind of weird. Under load, the wheel would turn farther than in the air, which makes sense, and then the wheel would hit the inner aluminum piece, and I ended up bending one of those, so I have to order a couple of those. But for sure getting those arms, I think he's actually gonna send me out some of the billet ones. He did send me a picture of the new revised ones that do have the parallel arms a little bit longer, so that piece of metal sticking out top is a little bit farther down. So that should add another, he said like 800 pounds of rigidity to it. But overall, really, really fun event. Had a lot of good driving with a lot of really good drivers. I was kind of thinking to myself there midday after I was just tossing these tandem trains of like 7 guys. I think of myself still pretty new to this. This is my second technically full year of drifting. First year was bone stock E36. You can see the white wing right there. I did every single Oklahoma event and like a couple Lone Star events down in Texas, but I did 0 tandems, nothing. I think one event I did a couple laps and I was like obviously far off. This year is kind of my first year introducing tandems, and it's a totally different game. I got some pictures back from some of the photographers. I'll throw them on the screen. I post these on my Instagram. If you want to follow me, go ahead and do that if you want. Really, really, really good practice. I had so much fun. It was really good tandeming with those guys. Got to tandem with Aaron Losi and Jake Wise, who's down in Texas. He's a really good driver, and a couple other guys. I'm gonna walk you out to the car, get you off this, and show you a little bit of tire mark that I got. But luckily the car didn't get totally torn up like it usually does. It's freezing cold, it's raining. So this mark here is actually from Aaron. Aaron Losi, he got me there. And there's another little black mark up there. So that is it for this car for this season. We have one more event that I actually might just take my white E36 to and kind of screw around. But that's it for the drift season. As you can tell, it's cold and raining. I'll kind of go over my plans for next season, which does not really involve the Z a whole lot. All this car has is angle, welded diff, BC coilovers, handbrake, and that's legit it. Put a new clutch in it. But other than that, car is 100% bone stock. Nothing special to it at all. So I might be taking the white E36 to an event this weekend. We'll see. Feel it out. Let me know what you think of the event down in the comments below. Make sure do not forget to hit the like button. It helps me out so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you guys in the next one.